So I remember last week, everybody was talking about how Nick Fuentes said that he's voting for Democrat. Well, in this video, he's not just saying that he's voting for Democrats. He's saying that he wants Democrats, Republicans, black, white, whoever to unite together to go against Israel and this Trump regime. Like, he might be serious about this. Let's go ahead and check out this video. But first, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to it, y'all. Here we go.
Get real. This is a very important message, and it has a lot to do with Elijah. We have to put all the differences aside. We really do. We have to put the differences aside, left and right, Republican, Democrat, Christian, Muslim, white, black, men, women. We have to put all that aside and stand against the occupation. Let me put it very simply in terms everybody can understand. Our country is under a hostile occupation. That's what it is. Our government is occupied. Our government, our elites, all the institutions that control the country, the United States of America is an occupied nation. We are occupied by a hostile alien force, and they have so much control that they are able to send our sons and daughters, the bravest and best among us, to kill and die for their agenda. It has nothing to do with protecting America. It has nothing to do with defending the homeland, our interests, anything like that. Our sons and daughters, the bravest and best among them that volunteer and take up arms, are being sent to kill and die, to take life and give up their own lives for the agenda of this hostile occupying force. Call it what you want. Israel, world Jewry, organized Jewry, a Jewish fifth column. That is what is happening. And I don't care what color you are. I don't care what party you vote for. I don't care if you hate every other one of my views. I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe we are all created by God. And I believe that the ethos of our civilization is selfless love. I think it's time for all of us to unite, every one of us to unite against this hostile force. If you are with me, against this unnecessary bloodshed, against this expansionist, wicked, ethnocentric agenda in Israel, murdering and killing and looting and hijacking and parasiting. If you're an American citizen, if you long to be free, independent, and sovereign as an American, then I am with you. And we all have to stand together, and I mean it. I mean it. Not a rhetorical trick. It's not a bit. I'm not rage-baiting or anything like that. We all have to unite now as Goyim, as Gentiles, as Americans, as Christians, either as true believers or aspirationally, people that recognize the core of the Christian message, which is that we are all created beings. We all have natural rights. We all have dignity against this regime, which obviously rejects that, which would kill all of us to expand their empire, which would kill and assassinate and destroy anybody that stands in their way with no scruples and no remorse. That's the message. And I feel that now more than ever. And honest to God, we really need to see the light here. Personal, petty differences, ideological differences, things that have happened in the past, have to let it go. Have to let it go. We're all flawed. We're not always all going to get along when we all have disagreements. But here's one thing we can agree on. This is our fucking country. Okay? We're born here. It's our birthright. We're citizens of the United States of America. We pay taxes. It's our home. These are our neighborhoods, our playgrounds, schools, places of business. Our parents live here. Our children will play here. This is ours. If you think it belongs to us, you should be with us. We should be united to liberate and free America from this evil occupation. That's it. I don't care about anything else. People say, I see all this bargaining on the timeline from the pro-Trump crowd. They still believe in Republicans and Democrats, and they're talking about every other thing. And don't get me wrong. I'm still a far-right nationalist, okay? And when we free our country, I want to deport a lot of illegal aliens, okay? No doubt about it. But as long as there is an occupying force that can send any of us, any one of us, to kill and die for them, that's the bigger priority. Some people say America first means we don't have to care about what happens over there. I might agree with that, except that we are over there. 6 Americans are dead because they were over there. What were they doing over there? They were fighting another country's war for them. Why? Why is American blood, even one life, why is American blood being spilled over there? And we know that. Who sent them there to die? This occupying regime. That is the bigger priority in my mind at this point. As long as that force exists, that is the biggest threat to all of us. So I'm pushing a unity message, and that's why I say in 26, I'm switching sides. And you know what? Look, if you live in a Republican district, or you live in a district where a Republican is running that is openly against Israel and openly against this war, then, go and vote for them. But I will be voting for Democrats. I encourage other people to vote for Democrats because, as we are often reminded, it's a two-party system. The seat's either going to go red or it's going to go blue. And that means party line voting. And what I want in 2026 is for this administration to be held accountable. People say, you only want chaos and destruction. You're a plant. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not left wing. I don't support their agenda. However, in our two-party system, who will hold this administration accountable? It won't come from within. It won't come from within the Republican conference. We know that. If you are in a district where you're lucky enough to have a Republican who will openly call this stuff out, knock yourself out. Otherwise, you're going to be with the other side. And what I want is for this administration, which buried and covered up the Epstein files, which is dragging us into a ground war in Iran, which is not even living up to any of its other promises. If you're conservative, no wall, no deportations, nothing. I thought we were making America healthy again. Nothing with that. It's about holding this administration accountable. It is about diminishing them any way we can. The GOP is a part of this hostile occupying force. They are controlled by it. Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Kristi Noem, Pete Hegseth, Rubio, they are all puppets of Israel. I don't care that they call themselves Republican. Most of the members of the House and the Senate, Republicans, are controlled by Israel. They're calling me out on Twitter. They're voting against the War Powers Resolution to give Trump unlimited power to prosecute a war that we never voted for, that Congress never voted for in Iran. That administration, these personnel, this party must be held accountable. It must be diminished. They must be investigated. They must be impeached. They must be slowed down by a split government, by a divided government. I want it to happen. And then in 2028, hopefully, we can have a hostile takeover of the GOP. We can have somebody, we need to open up a space. If you build it, the candidate will arrive. Okay? If you build it, they will come. If we make it clear as a bloc that we have an appetite for an Israel critical candidate, somebody will enter the fray. Somebody will fill the vacuum. We have to make it clear our options are open. People say, who are we going to vote for? Who are we going to vote for? Let's express our intent. We will vote for whoever opposes Israel, whoever it is. It's not going to be Vance. It's not going to be Rubio. And if we say that, somebody will emerge. Let's keep our options open. That's my plan. But I'm not voting for one more candidate that is going to be a part of this or complicit in it, that is not going to be a part of the solution. That's my platform. That's my program. I don't belong to the Republican Party. As a matter of fact, fuck the Republican Party. What has the Republican Party ever done for you other than piss you off? All they do is give you rage porn. All they do is create division. They say Somalians are low IQ garbage. Okay, well, did they investigate or deport any of them? No, they just made you mad about them. They just pointed the finger and shifted the blame over there. They said, look over there. There's other bad people. And you fell for it. You took the bait. There's a problem there. Certainly. Did they solve it? No. They're not interested in solving problems. They're not interested in helping you. They are interested in deflecting blame, stirring up resentment to fuel support for themselves out of fear, and they're interested in enriching themselves. That's why they sell our country out to lobbyists. What have they done for you? Did they cut your taxes? When Donald Trump had a decision, more COVID stimulus or Amy Coney Barrett, which did he choose? Amy Coney Barrett, who sucks anyway. They don't do a thing for us. They don't do a thing for you. I'm done supporting them. And they broke all their promises. I'm done. Call me, you can call me a lot of different things. People say he's a Democrat plant, he's a Fed, he just wants to destroy. You know one thing, you'll never call me a sucker. I will never be a sucker. I will never be a sucker for the GOP. I'm never going to vote for a party that stabs me in the back. I take my own side. The Republicans, they never wanted me anyway. They've made that clear. They see me as an anti-Semite racist. You know, I want the country to remain white, and I don't want a Jewish oligarchy controlling America. I guess that makes me a piece of shit, I guess, right? They don't want that. They say I'm a racist, white supremacist, Nazi, anti-Semite. They literally issue resolutions disavowing me. So do the Democrats, too. Now I'm going to go and shill for Republicans. Fuck you. Deeply. I wore this stupid hat. I wore this stupid fucking ridiculous hat when I was in college, like an idiot. When I was 18, I had people threatening to kick my ass. I wore this in the cafeteria. I became a pariah. And look at what it has profited all of us. They said, no more endless wars. They said tariffs, mate, we're going to win so big. They said, we're going to build a wall. Mexico will pay for it. It just got 10 feet taller. It was a lie. It was a lie. And hindsight is 2020. All we can do is stop being suckers today. That's all we can do. We wanted to believe nobly. We had hope. We believed. We were wrong. I've been anti-Trump, critical of Trump for many, many years. All we can do is stop being suckered one single more day. I'm done.
You know what the funny part about this? He called out everything correctly. You know, whether you like Nick or not, he called it out because, again, what they're great at doing, Republicans, is deflecting. Like, oh, the Somalian fraud, you know, in Minnesota, even though that's a lie. And the person who was ahead of that was actually a white woman. But anyway, I digress. Like, they always point the finger at the others, you know, the immigrants, this person, that person. And it's like this distraction to make you look over here, but really they're over there destroying the country. Now we're in this endless war because it's going to be endless. Trump's saying it's going to be, 4 to 6 weeks. No, it's going to be a very long time because Iran is fighting back. That's what they didn't expect, right? They thought they were just going to give up and be like, hey, whatever. No. They're fighting back. But now we're in this war and Americans are dying. There's already been 6 people, like he said, who have already died. And now some people might be like, oh, well, that's just a part of, no. Not a war that we didn't have to get into. Iran was not a threat to us. And I'm going to even go one step further. Iran was not a threat to Israel. Don't forget, we were bombing their nuclear sites. Like, Iran wasn't tripping about using any weapons against us at all, or even Israel. So with that being said, This was dumb and pointless, and people have lost their lives for no reason. And not just the 6 Americans, I'm talking about over in Iran. Now they're trying to say, oh, well, they were killing that regime were killing their own people, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I give you that. But what's the plan? How are we going to help them? Because when we hit that school, mind you, a school for little girls, when we hit that school, how did that help them? If it wasn't for our war, we wouldn't have been over there and we wouldn't have done that. Now, there's a little controversy because they're saying Iran did it. Now, why would they drop a bomb on their own school? Just randomly? That don't even make any sense. That sounds dumb. That sounds like we were trying to cover up for Israel because we know they don't care. They'll drop it on hospitals and so forth, right? We know they don't give a damn about where they drop their weapons. Yeah. So with that being said, again, this is something that everybody should be worried about. What are we doing? This is not what was promised for you guys. Like for me and for other people, Democrats, we knew Trump was a liar. We were not thinking, oh, this guy is anti-war. You know, he's not going to get us. No. He's all about power. He's all about regime change. This is what he wanted because don't forget, he had already killed one of their top commanders in his first administration. And he was already teasing that he wanted a war with them in the beginning in his first administration. So Trump 1.0 was trying to come at Iran. What did you think 2.0 was doing? And now Benjamin Netanyahu is in his pocket because we keep giving Israel funding. Yeah, that's what was going to happen. We were going to get into a war with Iran. This guy was ready for it. This is what Trump likes to do because he wants to seem that he's powerful, even though he's the same person who dodged the draft, but he wants to seem like he's powerful. And this is his way of showing power. Us losing innocent lives for no reason is his way of showing power. And again, do I trust Nick? Hell no. Of course I don't trust Nick Fuentes. He's not to be trusted. But hey, if he wants to slander the GOP and call them out like the Kristi Noems, the JD Vance, Tulsi Gabbard want to call them out, I'll be here to promote that. Because people should know that they're full of shit. They're supposed to be anti-war as well. Especially Tulsi Gabbard. She was telling you that the Democrats are pro-war. While she was a Democrat, while she was a sitting congresswoman for Hawaii, she was telling you that Democrats were all about war. And now she's silent, right? You got to know what you're voting for, and obviously people don't. You know, a lot of this election in 2024 was about vibes, like, oh yeah, basically I have a vibe with Trump. You know, oh yeah, he's so funny, he's so cool. Okay, well that's all great and dandy, but when shit gets real, when he's cutting your benefits, cutting just like giving tax breaks to like that he mentioned that the tax breaks to the billionaires. When has he ever gave you a tax cut? We were not getting tax cuts. That tax on tips or no tax on tips, that's not what you think it is. No tax on overtime, that's not what you think it is because it's only on the half part of time and a half. Like it's all a play. It was all a trick. It sounded good, right? And people aren't going to look into the details, right? And then when they find out what it's really about, they're like, oh, wait, hold on. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't what fuck what you wanted. This is what you got. And so this is what you deserve. It's just unfortunate because all the rest of us who did not vote for this have to suffer. Now, do I believe in this whole blue and red, Democrat, Republican coming together and, you know, doing what's best for the country? No, because I believe that there's a lot of people who are selfish. There's a lot of people who are self-centered. There's a lot of people who don't give a damn about somebody like me or somebody like you. A lot of people don't care about marginalized groups. They don't give a damn. Just like Nick said, oh, I still want to deport everybody. Not that, oh, we need to come up with immigration reform. No, I still want everybody deported. So an asshole like that, you can't trust them, especially if you got people in your family who immigrants. I ain't got to worry about that, but y'all, some of y'all got to worry about that, right? But you can't be trusting everybody. But if he's here to tell the truth about MAGA and how he played the GOP and played Republicans, then I'm going to promote it on my channel. So how about that? Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think about this. I always hear people talk about, building this coalition with Democrats and Republicans, and we go against the establishment. Do y'all ever think that will happen? I don't, but hey, you let me know. I love y'all for watching. Deuces, everybody. We out.